on The Tonight Show. Light up with Man on Fire's Denzel Washington. Plus, Air America's Janine Garofalo. And Jay lets you vote on it. Your local news is next.
More and more teenagers in financial trouble these days.
It really falls upon the parents to teach their kids about money management and basic credit skills.
So how do you keep your teen out of debt? The Troubleshooters investigate coming up.
But first, we're uncovering new details tonight in the tragic crash that sent 2 mothers and 5 children to the hospital.
And one of those women lost her unborn baby in the crash. It happened last night in Cotulla, about 75 miles southwest of San Antonio.
We have team coverage tonight. Traci Baldwin live in Cotulla and Joel Eisenbaum with the latest on the victims' conditions. We'll begin with Traci, who was the only reporter to talk with the suspect.
Tanji, investigators say Larry Salinas plowed down this fence with his truck after speeding through this neighborhood. It's a scene neighbors and loved ones won't soon forget.
It was really bad for the family.
Larry Salinas apologizes to the families as deputies haul him off to jail. Across town, investigators pick up the last pieces of evidence from the crash scene. And loved ones pray that Roxana Garza and her 3 kids, along with Erica Garcia and her 2 sons, pull through.
It's pretty bad because she is going to take quite a while to get well, and she's got 3 more kids.
Everybody is praying for him.
And everyone is questioning how this happened. Investigators say Salinas was chasing after an ex-girlfriend, speeding through the neighborhood. And Salinas says he did not see the 2 mothers walking with their 5 children on the street. What does something like this do to a small town of this size?
Well, as you know, it's a sad day for LaSalle County right now. We have several injured toddlers and adults that are in San Antonio right now. And the good thing about this community is we've all come together.
Salinas is charged with 7 counts of failure to stop and render aid, 1 count of vehicular manslaughter. With more on the victim's condition, let's go live now to News 4 WOAI's Joel Eisenbaum. Joel?
Well, Traci, tonight Roxana Garza and 2 of her young children remain in University Hospital. The good news is they're all expected to recover. But of course, as you mentioned, Roxana Garza lost her unborn child in that accident. And of course, that's been exceptionally difficult to deal with.
I tell her she's going to be okay, but she's still just thinking about the baby right now. And she was due in about 3 weeks, so the baby was fully developed and everything.
Roxana Garza is consumed by the loss of her unborn baby, but her sister tells us the 26-year-old mother of 3 is thankful her 3 other daughters are still alive. 3-year-old Kiana was released this morning. 5-year-old Kayla has severe facial injuries. 2-year-old Carissa has skull fractures. They remain in the hospital but are expected to pull through. Now, what about Mom?
They got her stable, but she's really bad hurt. Her leg, both of her legs are broken. Her hands are broken. She's got lacerations on her head.
Again, Roxana and her 2 young children are expected to survive that accident. This is a very tight-knit family, of course. In fact, 15 family members remain at University Hospital tonight, keeping vigil. They're asking for your prayers this evening. Reporting live in the newsroom, Joel Eisenbaum, News 4 WOAI.
New tonight, a wild ride on the west side and a routine traffic stop, anything but. Tonight, 1 man is on his way to jail. That driver decided not to stop when gang unit deputies trying to pull him over for a traffic violation. A low-speed chase ended a short time later in a field near Penn Road in Marbach. Deputies searched the field for drugs and weapons that they believe he may have thrown out, but they didn't find any. They did recover a wad of money and a knife. The 30-something-year-old suspect is apparently a known gang member.
You know, some of these gang members, when they're running for a reason. So it ain't because they just have a traffic ticket, which some of them do run for that, but that's why we're trying to confirm, make sure that nothing's left behind.
San Antonio police are reviewing the man's criminal history, but for now he's only charged with felony evasion.
It's a story we first told you about here today at 6. 2 San Antonio parents now admit they did starve their baby girl to death, watching her die slowly. Those parents, 26-year-old David Garcia and 20-year-old Valerie Delgado, were in court today to agree to a plea bargain. Prosecutors say 9-week-old baby Cheyenne was born healthy 2 years ago, except for a cleft palate. The prosecutors say her parents just watched the baby slowly waste away.
The baby looked like a little skeleton. The rib cage was very visible. The skin hung off the body. There's no fat on the child and no subcutaneous fat under the skin.
Both those parents could now spend 10 years in prison.
San Antonio tonight, a woman recovering after she's hit by an SUV. Police say a Jeep hit the woman while she was crossing the street at Durango and St. Mary's. She was taken to the hospital, but she is expected to be okay.
Still no substantial leads in that mysterious murder in Alamo Heights. The Alamo Heights Police Department says they still need to interview as many as 25 to 30 people in that case. 67-year-old C.J. Jurans was found murdered in a condo where he was house sitting. He was strangled and had been beaten.
A common crime with a unique twist. Someone in New Braunfels tried to scam thousands of dollars out of Comal County Jail inmates. The person tried to tap into a jail bank account that holds inmates' money. Investigators say somebody had the right account number and tried to take $7,000 from the account online, but a banker caught it just in time.
The transaction may have initially been completed, but it's reversed because it's obviously fraudulent charges. So.
Detectives say whoever tried to take the money was apparently trying to pay bills. Now they'll follow the electronic and paper trails to find that person.
A celebration as they are home for the summer. 700 members of the Army's 4th Infantry Division's Task Force Iron Horse officially went on leave today. And they held a Texas-sized welcome home ceremony up at Fort Hood. Now, that 4th Infantry Division may be best known for helping catch Saddam Hussein in Iraq. But as Roy Galvan reports, the soldiers are now capturing something else up in Killeen.
They are home on leave and revved up about their newfound freedom.
Most freedom I've had in a year.
They spent the past year in Iraq and helped capture Saddam Hussein.
A lot different. You don't got to worry about getting shot at in mortars.
Worrying about whether he's in harm's way.
Now they're capturing the hearts of their loved ones and Killeen business owners.
We're more than happy to have them home, first of all, and then they bring a little extra business that we wouldn't have normally had. They've saved up some money while they've been gone, and we're always appreciative of that.
Soldiers like Thaddeus Kirchhoff, who dropped $9,200 of his military pay on this street bike.
I bought this just when I got back. So a lot of soldiers are doing.
Businesses in Killeen are hoping the soldiers will march in a more prosperous summer. We learned some businesses were hit hard by the one-year deployment in Iraq. We even learned that some had to close down, but this military town survived.
It wasn't as big of an impact as we thought it was going to be. We still had a large amount of soldiers left on Fort Hood that we did business with, as well as our local economy. But it did hurt a little bit.
An economic bruise that will slowly heal now that most of the 4th Infantry is back in Killeen and shopping around. Roy Galvan, News 4 WOAI.
La Vita, the Fiesta hotspot tonight for what's known as College Night at NIOSA, or Night in Old San Antonio. If you haven't made it out to either one, you have one more chance. The big party that benefits the Conservation Society wraps up tomorrow night.
And campers are already out tonight, getting a prime spot for tomorrow's big Battle of Flowers parade. Over 300,000 people expected to pack downtown tomorrow for what gave birth to Fiesta itself. The Battle of Flowers parade, as you should know, dates back to 1891. It gets started at 12:45 tomorrow afternoon. The Vanguard kicking off just before noon. By the way, this year's Grand Marshal will be boxer Jesse James Lahoff.
And tonight, thousands packing Alamo Stadium for another Fiesta tradition that dates back decades, the Battle of Flowers Band Festival. More than 25 area high school bands were playing up a storm tonight just north of downtown. It's one of the most popular events at Fiesta with the patriotic music, the flags. It was all capped off by fireworks.
And a warning, parking will be at a premium for the big Battle of Flowers parade tomorrow. So VIA is offering park and ride. It'll be from its Crossroads, Randolph, and the Blossom Athletic Center locations. It is $5 round trip for adults, $2.50 for kids ages 5 to 11. And don't forget, tomorrow is a city holiday, also for some schools. City Hall and most city offices will be closed, but the garbage, recyclables, and brush will be collected as scheduled. Downtown parking meters, though, will be turned off tomorrow if you can find them. And the downtown post office will be closed all day.
Does your teenager know how to keep a budget? Well, if not, they're definitely not alone.
I don't understand how you're going to make sure you're not over your limit.
The troubleshooters uncover ways to help keep your teen's finances straight. Plus, yard work turns tragic as a young boy is killed. And no more alcohol in strip clubs? It's just one of the ideas being tossed around in Austin.
And chances are you have some parade plans within the next 2 days. We have a cold front on the way that could bring some storms. Plus, there's a chance for heavy rain. I'll have details coming up after the break.
Typewriters. These things are relics from the past, but your tax dollars were hard at work on typewriters recently, and what a cost. Unbelievable.
$10,000 of taxpayer money. Who's paying for that?
Jay Leno investigates tomorrow at 10 on News 4.
News 4 WOAI is brought to you by SBC.
First comes a carpet, then a layer called jute.
They're repainting your old high school. Wasn't sure if you'd already heard that or not.
The belt's made right into the pants. I just noticed that.
Yeah, would you have any use for a quarter gallon of turpentine?
Can you hear that?
Ever like somebody enough that you'd find any excuse to call them?
Mom?
Sign up now for SBC Unlimited Long Distance, and you can send that someone one of 3 exquisite Harry and David gifts.
It's fun to shop when you know you're going to find just what you want. So shop Lax. Each of our stores has a huge selection and really great people ready to work with you. I promise. At Lax, we'll take better care of you.
Good things happen too, Creasy.
Like what?
Like meeting me. This is my bodyguard, Creasy.
Tomorrow, discover a motion picture unlike anything you've ever seen.
I'm gonna go get her.
There's a brother who protects high-ranking government officials.
What went down between your men and the kidnappers?
I don't want your money. Well, I want you.
I'm gonna take your family apart piece by piece. You understand me? You understand me?
Man on Fire. Rated R. Tomorrow, only in theaters.
Lax, we're the bedding experts.
Save up to 54% on Lax entire stock of Sealy. Twins from $59, queen sets from $299, a free bed frame or sheet set with select Posturepedic sets, and 0 interest for 12 months.
Sealy and Lax, perfect.
In the air today, mold and oak are light, a trace of pecan.
Imagine a Civic for $159 a month. And IntelliChoice's best overall value for 2004. Oh yeah, did I mention it's a Honda? Good things do come in threes, don't they? Now you can lease a Civic Value Package for $159 a month for 36 months.
For the latest weather forecast, call the WOAI Forewarned Storm Team Weatherline Forecast Service at 225-0404. You'll get the time, temperature, and forecast. The WOAI Forewarned Storm Team Weatherline Forecast Service from News 4 WOAI.
Tonight, Jay's all new with Denzel Washington and Janine Garofalo. And starting May 10th, The Tonight Show goes to Las Vegas. Then on Conan, Samuel L. Jackson tonight.
You're watching News 4 WOAI.
The Southside boom continues. A new $70 million development going up right across the street from the new Toyota plant. It's News 4 WOAI San Antonio Business Journal exclusive. Southport will feature a mix of restaurants, hotels, shops, and industrial sites. It should be ready by 2006. The same time, Toyota's new truck plant is slated to open. You can read more about it in this week's San Antonio Business Journal.
Well, you may know that raising teenagers is a very tough job, and one of the hardest parts is to make sure that they really know how to take care of themselves after they leave your nest and your money. News 4 WOAI troubleshooter Brian Collister explains what you and your teenagers need to know about their financial future in tonight's Consumer Alert.
As far as the budgeting, I don't understand how you're going to make sure you're not over your limit, and then if you are over your limit, what do you do?
Are your teenagers as clueless about financial dealings as you were at their age? A nonprofit group called Jumpstart quizzed 4,000 high school seniors nationwide about topics such as credit, insurance, and taxes.
What is really troubling about the test results is although the average score improved this time over the previous test, we still found that 65% of students failed and only 6% got a C or better.
Experts say our children know more about income and spending than about money management and savings. Statistics show 1 in 5 teens carries credit cards. In 2001, these teenagers spent more than $172 billion, an amount equal to Mexico's yearly exports.
I think what troubles us the most about the results is it shows that high school seniors who are about to graduate and either enter college or the working world are definitely not prepared in the basic personal financial skills that they're going to need in order to make wise decisions.
To make matters worse, companies offer students entering college an average of 8 credit cards during their first week alone. Now the U.S. bankruptcy courts show a 50% increase in bankruptcies filed by those under the age of 25.
Unfortunately, they're not teaching money management in the schools these days, so it really falls upon the parents to teach their kids about money management and basic credit skills.
Here are some tricks to teaching your kids about finances. Jot down what they spend in a week and compare it to their income. Have them prepare a list of household items and take them with you when you go shopping to find the cheapest way to fill the list. Start good credit lessons by opening a checking account and explaining that if the check bounces, you get listed on a national database. Finally, show your kids your monthly household and credit card bills and let them watch while you pay the bill. Because money matters no matter what your age. I'm News 4 WOAI troubleshooter Brian Collister.
Texas tonight, nearly $37 million going to 9 people who say they were molested by a Lutheran minister. That award from a jury in East Texas today. The group says a minister who's already in prison for molesting boys abused them while he served at a church in Marshall.
His wardrobe malfunction may not be as famous as Janet Jackson's, but this man, known as the Super Bowl streaker, now has a trial set for June over in Houston. Mark Roberts is accused of running across the field at the Super Bowl wearing only a smile and a thong. If convicted, he could face 6 months in jail.
The bills continue to fly up in Austin. In the first 3 days of the special session on school financing, more than 30 bills have been introduced. One of those bills brought up today, a tax on heavy trucks and SUVs as a way to pay for schools. Governor Perry wants the money to come from so-called sin taxes on things like cigarettes and adult entertainment. That plan drawing protests from State Comptroller Carol Keaton-Strayhorn, who says partnering with strip clubs isn't acceptable. Instead, she wants to ban alcohol sales at strip clubs as a way to possibly force them out of business. We'll stay on top of all that's going on in Austin and bring you the very latest.
America tonight, and a little boy is killed in a freak accident at a daycare in Virginia. Police say the 4-year-old was run over by a riding lawnmower. The daycare owner says he was going up a slope when that mower rolled backwards and ran over the boy. A Florida cremation company shut down tonight, accused of giving families the wrong ashes. A woman became suspicious when she saw whiteout on a cremation certificate. At least 8 other families say they were also given the wrong ashes. The company's owner has been arrested.
Operation Iraqi Freedom. The ongoing violence in Iraq is disrupting work on a series of